On Friday, the 4th February 2022, the EAHAD Annual General Meeting took place during the EAHAD 2022 Virtual Congress. During the meeting, the EAHAD members voted and elected Dr. Robert Klamroth as the new president of our association. Dr. Klamroth succeeded Professor Flora Peyvandi and will hold the position for the next 2 years until February 2024. Dr. Klamroth, thank you very much for conducting this interview with me today. So for our first question, for the few who may not know you, could you tell us a bit more about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Robert Klamroth. I'm working in the Vivantes Hospital in Friedrichshain in Berlin in Germany. And I started in coagulation disorders and hemophilia now 25 years ago in 1996. It was not love at the first sight, but I got more and more familiar with scientific questions, and I loved hemophilia and allied disorders over the time. So I became the director of the Hemophilia Treatment Center here at the hospital in Friedrichshain, and now I'm the head of the Department for Internal Medicine, Vascular Medicine, and Coagulation Disorders.
Thank you very much, Dr. Klamroth. Prior to becoming president, you were a member of the EAHAD Executive Committee for a number of years. What motivated you to get involved in the beginning?
Yeah, I had always a lot of friends in Europe. We were involved in scientific projects together, publications, and I think it's naturally to collaborate in the countries in Europe over the borders. And that was my first intention when I joined EAHAD and the executive committee. And yeah, then I stayed, and I like the work very much.
Thank you very much. What do you hope to achieve during your 2-year tenure as president?
EAHAD has a lot of projects initiated by the past presidents. And of course, we have to continue. And main projects are gene therapy, the certification and audit project. And I think I want to have more educational projects besides our annual congress. And I will start to implement a webinar series about educational topics, lectures given by renowned scientists and colleagues all over Europe.
Excellent, thank you very much. What do you think are the main challenges for the hemophilia and bleeding disorders healthcare community going forward?
So in Europe, we are in more or less a golden age of hemophilia treatment because we have a lot of new therapeutic options. And our task is to educate and make it applicable for all countries in Europe. Second, of course, we have to educate the whole world. A lot of patients are not treated very well, mainly to economical reasons. And we have to focus on patients with rare bleeding disorders because there are still not enough options to treat them properly.
Thank you very much. What would EAHAD's role be to address those challenges?
Yeah, EAHAD has a close cooperation with the European Hemophilia Consortium, and together we have to be, to get these tasks political, to inform, to educate, to maybe to develop guidelines, to have new educational content. And I think we can give the countries some help in regulatory issues like how to certificate a center, how to provide gene therapy for our patients. And so there are a lot of tasks in the future, and I hope EAHAD will play a major role in these things.
Definitely. You were part of the EAHAD 2021 and EAHAD 2022 organizing committees. Both congresses were virtual due to the COVID-19 pandemic. With EAHAD 2023 hopefully having once again a face-to-face component, what is your advice to Professor Michael Macris, president of our EAHAD 2023 Congress, taking place in Manchester, UK next February?
Yeah, Mike was involved in both congresses too. She has great experience. I think the main challenge is to implement this hybrid tasks of virtual components in a face-to-face meeting. And I hope that a lot of people will come to Manchester to a face-to-face meeting. I'm sure we will have a very interesting scientific program, but we should already think about it, how we can make the content accessible to patients who are not able to travel and to our colleagues. And that will be a challenge, but I'm quite sure that Mike Macris, as a distinguished colleagues, will make a very good Congress.
Thank you very much. And finally, for a more lighthearted question, what do you like to do in your free time? Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I like to travel and I like to read. And I like classical music very much. I played the piano and the violin. Unfortunately, not enough time to practice it anymore. But yeah, it's more or less the traveling which I like most, because I have 4 children and they are all over the places in Europe and we will travel a lot.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Dr. Klamroth, and thank you very much for conducting this interview. I am sure that under your leadership, EAHAD will have the great next 2 years.